Woo! Bad hair day. So for Christmas, my brother got me a window. I asked for a window, and he got me a window. It's the AP Products Thin Shade RV window. And basically it has an incorporated window shade in a window that's tinted. It's pretty nice. Now of course the door to my trailer did not have a pre-existing window in it, so the back side of the box you can cut out for a template, which I did. And here is the little cutout. It's pretty, it's really self-explanatory. I've seen people install these kits on RVs before, and some of them have, you have to make sure you install the right side in and right side out, and upside right, and not upside down, and to avoid any malfunctions of the actual shade itself. So the window comes nicely packed in some styrofoam with instructions. Now the instructions do not specify about cutting out a hole in your door if you don't already have existing window. But of course that's a given. I mean, you wouldn't buy it expecting anything else if you don't have a window in your door already. So I was gonna video this, but yeah, I was too busy. I wanted to make sure I did it right. I didn't want to be worrying about cameras. So here's what I've done so far. So there's all kinds of tools you can use. I used a Dremel, and I cut off the outer skin of the door where the window is going to go. This is what we're looking at, and I thought the inside of the door was some kind of plastic or melamine or something like that. It's actually another sheet metal type substance. So yep, so I'm working on the inside right now. The skin was glued to the foam, so I just pulled it off. That's why it's a little bit bent over there. I'm gonna see if I can flatten it out, and maybe there's something I can use it for down the road. And there's a little piece of wood right here, which I assume is for stability along where the lock is. I didn't know that was under there. I mean, I knew something had to be under there, but I didn't know it extended out so far. It goes about, actually there's like a ½ inch right here. So I've been routering that off with the Dremel. Meanwhile, oh, the door's locked. So I did the same thing. Like I said, this beige looking stuff is also metal. Some of you probably knew that already. I did not. Yeah, so I basically traced out the inside. I drilled holes through the foam into the inside. Traced the window frame on the inside. Do my best to get in the same spot. And I'm going to carefully make sure these two holes line up. So that's where we're at. So I got to make a little pit stop here because I only had a couple of those little cutting wheels for my Dremel, because I've been using them for a lot of different projects here and there, and I've actually just inadvertently smashed a bunch of them because I leave my Dremel sitting out and then I step on it, and so I inadvertently just break those little tiny wheels, and which is kind of stupid because they're not cheap, but whatever. So I'm just heading to Home Depot to pick up some more Dremel cutting wheels, and then we'll get back to it. It's really a beautiful day out today. I've been reluctant to start on this project because I'm on call all the time, and I don't want to cut a hole in the side of my trailer and then leave for an indefinite period of time, only to come home and find, I've got water damage or someone has vandalized it or whatever. So fingers crossed, hoping for the best. Today's the day. I got an early start. Once I get the actual hole cut, it should be a fairly quick process after that, as long as everything lines up. Got some bits. I just got a big multi-tool piece set, just because it's more than what I need, but eventually at some point I may need some of the other stuff. Another thing to note about my trailer is this guy's got 600 watts of solar panels hardwired to the roof, and those are currently feeding a Renogy 40 amp MPPT solar charge controller. I'm going to upgrade that to something different though. I currently have a hastily wired fantastic vent fan, and it works really good. Should get some pretty good cross ventilation with the windows installed. And it's feeding two 200 amp hour VMAX tank solar batteries. Now before I get a bunch of shenanigans about the solar setup, it's not done. Obviously it's not done yet. I still need to put in fuse panels and fuses. The only thing that's in there right now is batteries. So, but yeah, I've got setup ready for wiring and the whole 9 yards. I just need to finish insulating the inside first, and then boom, boom, boom. So back to the window. So I have to admit that it takes a lot of faith, drilling holes in your roof to install solar panels, and cutting holes in the side of your trailer to install a window. But I'm feeling pretty destructive today, so I'm making this happen. Alright, well, without going through the complete install process, I did have to trim a little bit more of the inside of the window frame because it was actually a little bit narrower than the outside. But surprisingly, through a strange twist of fate, when I sandwiched the two window halves together, the inner frame and the outer frame, everything lined up. I'd like to say it's because all the measuring and everything I did, but really it's just a small miracle. So I'll take it because that never happens. And here's the finished product. I now have a RV window in my trailer door, and has a shade built in. So I've been doing this with two hands. It's a little snug. So I'll just carefully move it down with one hand. With two hands it works fairly easily. I'm just trying to be real careful with it because if I break that shade, I am not really going to be having a good time. I need to tighten down this last screw. But, yep, very good, very nice. RV window. The only thing I'm a little, not really disappointed, but it doesn't open. I didn't even expect that, but it's a non-opening window, obviously. Now what I did, they recommend when you put this outer frame up that you put some masking tape and hold the glass into the frame, because it's not really held in the frame by anything. There's a little sealant on the inside, a bead of sealant, but the window glass is not actually held in there. So use some masking tape to hold the window into the frame so it doesn't fall out on you. What I also did was I got the outer frame fitted in here. Hair on there. I'm masking taped around the frame here. I'm entirely around the frame so that this outside window frame would stay in place while I mess with the inside frame. The inside frame, the shade fits into the inside frame here. Now what you need to do is there's little clips, 5 little clips on the top here and 5 little clips on the bottom here. And what you'll have here is 3 little holes in the bottom as well. And allegedly that is to allow condensation to fall out the bottom. I don't know much about that, but whatever. So you'll see this little rail right here is the bottom half of the shade. The top half is underneath this piece. So you clip it in, top, bottom, and these are just press fit to the inside of the window. So the actual pressure of the window frame being sandwiched together is what holds them together. Yeah, I struggled with this frame a little bit. These little guys were kind of a pain in the butt to get them to stay in place while I was putting the window up and trying to make sure the window wasn't going to fall out. I apologize for all the construction noise going on across the street. Now there's a bigger lip on the top here, and no real lip, appreciable lip on the bottom, and that's so that the window shade can actually hide behind this frame on the top when it's closed. This guy's really just not giving that saw a break over there, but I'm really digging the window. Thanks, Greasy Bro, for the Christmas window. Finally, months later, I got it installed and I love it. And yeah, man, window. Thanks for watching.